Well, good afternoon, everybody. I am Pastor Adam Sullivan, pastor at Mountain View Church, and this is Tell Me More Tuesday. And the sun came out for a minute and the rain stopped, and so I thought I'd just get outside and talk to you today. Well, this is the place where we talk about some things that didn't quite make it into our Sunday service here at Mountain View, and I hope that it encourages you every single week. And even if you didn't see the service, it's something that just helps you in your walk with the Lord. But if you do want to see the service, make sure at the end of this video you click on the thumbnail and you're able to link and watch the service from this last Sunday. And as always, make sure you hit subscribe right here and like the video, hit the bell notification icon, do all those things so that you know exactly what's going on here at Mountain View. Well, this last week we talked about, in our series, The Way of the Master, we talked about the passages where Jesus talked about adultery and he spoke about divorce. And he talked very famously that if a man looks at a woman with lust in his eye, he's already committed adultery with her in his heart. And that if a man leaves his wife, other than the case of her not being faithful, then he causes her to commit adultery. And if he marries another woman that has been divorced, then he commits adultery. And so we look at these things, and we know, I'll just take a moment and say, when it comes to divorce, Jesus gives one, and there are other biblically justified reasons for divorce, but we know that's not God's plan. He desires for us to come together, man and wife, and he wants those things to be the exception and not the rule. And so I just want to say that for those of you out there that are that have been through divorce and are hurt and still putting your pieces back together, the Lord cares for you. He loves you, and he wants the best for you. He wants you to be whole again. But for everybody else, one of the things I wanted to talk about specifically that didn't make it in on Sunday was what a biblical marriage does for the world. And there's a couple of things. First of all, a biblical marriage is the earthly illustration of how God feels about us. That when we come together, when we give our hearts to Him, and God loves us so much that He never leaves us, He never forsakes us. He is always there for us, and he is always committed to us, that He will not abandon us. He will not leave us. And so when we talk about biblical marriage, when we talk about godly marriage and what marriage is supposed to be, it's supposed to be an earthly illustration of how God feels for humankind, for mankind, and that He will always be faithful to us. He will never hurt us. He will never leave us. He will never forsake us. That's the first thing. And the second thing is this. It's the idea that God created us, both male and female, in the image of God. And so in marriage, when the two become one, when man and woman come together in marriage, there is now a complete representation of the character of God, the image of God. Both male and female aspects are present, and we show a better picture of who God is to our world. And so we know that as we work to better our marriages, to serve one another in marriage, to race to be last place, to race to outserve the other in marriage, we're showing the world the character of God. And so as we work on our marriages, as we work to have healthy marriages in our lives, it does benefit us, it does benefit our community, but it benefits the world too. And so be encouraged today. Well, I want to thank everybody for coming to our business meeting this last week. It was so great. And if you missed it, then I tell you missed out. And I want to encourage you to come to our next one. And I want to encourage you to be here on Sunday. And I look forward to seeing everybody there. God bless. Have a great day.